What's up guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. So in today's video we're going to be continuing working on the mini bike project. So here's the mini bike from last week. So today what we're going to be doing is building the front forks and fixing these end caps. I brought some metal here and we're going to cut it for the forks and also make end caps wherever they need to be. So that's the plan for this video. So let's go ahead and start measuring out the metal and start cutting. So now I'm going to be going ahead and drilling the holes with my step drill bit. It's right here. The way it's going to work is this middle hole right here is going to be 5/8 because that's how fat that bolt is right here. So 5/8 is this middle one. The ones in the corners are going to be 7/8, which is bigger than 5/8. The problem is this only goes to 3/4. So I'll drill these for 3/4. But then when I get my bigger step bit, I'll make them 7/8. But for now, 3/4, 5/8, 3/4. And then after this, we're just going to transfer these holes onto our other piece right here. So let's go ahead and start drilling. So I just made these holes, guys. 3/4, 3/4, 5/8. This is the 5/8 bolt. Just brought it to check it out. Fits just well. Just how I want it. So now I'm just going to do it on the other one. Okay guys, so right now I'm just going to go ahead and start welding up the end caps for the mini bike. Alright guys, so I just finished with the end caps. Still gotta clean them up, but there's 6 of them and they're all on. So yesterday I was done with the welding, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get my grinder and clean all of these welds. So now that we're done with the grinding, I brought this bike upstairs and my plan right now is to go ahead and cut the front section off. I'm going to try to use these forks for some of the part because these have suspension and I would really want this bike to have some sort of suspension because I feel like suspension is really important, especially in like motorbikes. So I'm going to try to cut these off, try to see if they work, but if they don't, we'll just use the regular way with non-suspension forks. Okay guys, so I just cut out these forks from the bike, cleaned them up. I think they're gonna work fine. The only problem is that they're not very strong. The spring power isn't all that great, but I guess they still do work, and so I'm probably gonna use these. So a couple of days ago when I was working on this mini bike, I realized that the forks, the tube that I cut out for the forks was a little too short. So I went ahead and extended it. But the problem was I already bought the bolt. And since if I extended this, I'd need a bigger bolt. So I went ahead and tried to make my own bolt. So this is the bolt, extended this half, and I just need to weld the other half. Right now it's really hot, so that's why I'm just waiting. So for now, what I'm gonna do is, you see this piece right here? The tabs for the forks. I'm gonna cut 2 more of these, but they're gonna be 10 inches long. These are 8. And those are actually gonna be my seat mounts. So I'll weld one from here to here and then one on right this side. So those will be my seat mounts. So let me go ahead and cut those out. So I got this seat mount tacked up. It's 2 inches from here and I'm just gonna go fully weld this right now. But guys, literally check these welds out. That came out perfect. Look at those. I literally just stacked some dimes. I'm really impressed by those. This one is also pretty good, but like not as good as this. This is like probably my best weld. So I'm done with the seat mounts, and along with that I was working on this long bolt. Just got this final piece tacked up, and it is straight. I did fit it through that, and everything works fine. Test fitted everything. Here, I'll show you guys. There we go. Comes out right there. That's the angle we want. I might add a bushing in there so it doesn't wobble at all, but just like that it fits. Now I just need to fully weld it. Alright guys, I haven't been working for the past couple of days because I haven't got this tube, but now that the tube is finally here, we're going to get cutting. So the length of the forks is going to be 34 inches. Since we're going to be using this suspension, the suspension is already 10.5 inches. So 34 minus 10.5 inches is going to be the length of our forks that we're going to be cutting. So let's get cutting. Now we got a little bit of work done. What we're going to do now is weld these suspensions at the bottom. So I just finished welding these suspension forks. It's kind of hard welding them because of the difference in tubing. This one's 2 inches and that one's 7/8. So it wasn't even, so I had to try to make it as straight as possible. But now we're gonna go put them on the bike and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Okay guys, I hope you can see that, but that's how the bike looks so far with the suspension forks. What I'm gonna do now is just weld the tubes to the actual mounts so it could actually stay in place. I am going to be moving these things 2 inches above the ground, which is about here. And the reason we do that is because the tire is going to hang from right here. So off camera, I went and redid these forks. Before, this distance from here to here was 5 inches. Now it's 7 inches. So it's a lot bigger. And now I feel like the wheels are going to fit a lot better. Other thing I did was I remade these handlebars, okay? Made them a bit longer and pointing outwards, if you guys can see. I think pointing outwards makes it look a lot better. So that's how I'm going to be keeping them. Other thing I did was made this engine mount and just tack welded. The engine is not connected, it's just sitting here. But yeah, that's how it's going to look. Here's a quick overview. That's going to be my seat. So basically guys, that's about it for this week's video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe.